Welcome back to the Philosophy Corner, where we take the complex machinery of logic and strip it down to the bare metal. Today, we are going to perform a radical surgery on language. We are going to eliminate names. That is right, we are getting rid of singular terms entirely. Imagine a world where the name Socrates or the name Pegasus does not exist as a label, but transforms into something else entirely. This is the conciliatory, yet revolutionary conclusion of Quine's theory on singular terms. The idea is that we can reparse every single name as a general term or a predicate. Instead of treating Socrates as a unique tag for a person, we treat it like the word mortal or man. Socrates becomes is-Socratizing. It becomes a description that happens to apply to exactly one person in the history of the universe. Now, why on earth would we do this? It seems pedantic, right? But it solves a massive problem called the truth-value gap. Remember the problem with empty names. If I say Pegasus flies and Pegasus does not exist, then my sentence is neither true nor false. It is just broken. But if we turn Pegasus into a general term like is-Pegasizing, then the sentence becomes there exists an X such that X is Pegasizing and X flies. Suddenly, this sentence is strictly false because nothing in the universe fits that description. We have closed the gap. We have fixed the bug in our logical software. Quine admits this deviates from ordinary usage, but that is the point. We are building a canonical notation for science and logic, not just chatting at the dinner table. We want a system where every sentence is either true or false with no middle ground. And this logic extends to descriptions too. Think about the phrase, the author of Waverley. Usually, we treat this as a complicated name, pointing to Sir Walter Scott. But Bertrand Russell showed us we can dissolve this too. We can translate it into a set of logical conditions. There is at least one author, there is at most one author, and that author is Scott. We do not need the singular description to exist as a primitive element. We can explain it away using variables and predicates. Quine takes this even further into the realm of mathematics. Look at algebraic terms like x plus y. Normally, you think of x plus y as a singular thing, a number. But we can dissolve this too. We can replace the plus sign with a three-way relation. Instead of saying x plus y equals z, we say there is a relationship of summing between x, y, and z. We have eliminated the functional singular term and replaced it with a relational predicate. So, what is left standing after this massacre of names? What remains in our language? Only the variables. The x, the y, and the z. These pronouns are the only true singular terms left. Everything else has been converted into general terms, adjectives, and verbs. We have moved from a world of labels to a world of descriptions. Some critics might say we lost the meaning of the name. They say a name like Socrates implies uniqueness by definition, whereas a general term does not. But Quine says that is not a real problem. Plenty of general terms imply uniqueness. Think of the phrase, the center of the solar system. That is a general description, but logic dictates there is only one. So we lose nothing by treating names as descriptions. In the end, we are left with a purified language. A canonical notation where atomic sentences are just variables and predicates built up by truth functions. It is a stark minimalist landscape, but it is logically flawless. We have swept away the confusion of empty names and left only the hard structure of reality. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the architecture of logic.